he sends me this text message. He goes, dude, check this out. And it's you. And I remember looking at it and going, oh, what happened? What happened?
Hey, let's talk about that too. His brother-in-law said, hey, Mike, man, I know you're not going to win, but somebody said, would you fight this guy for like 40 million or 30 million?
And you were ripping to the body and throwing those hooks. I was like, this is a man who's preparing to go to combat.
That was 30 seconds.
Somebody call paramedic?
Yeah.
Yeah? Where's the first guy?
Yeah.
All right,
You got ice on your chest?
You know where you are? You know what state you're in?
Yeah, California.
Okay. What city are you in?
Yo, paramedic.
Yeah.
Mike Tyson hilariously clowned Jake Paul after knocking him out cold in just 2 seconds, breaking his own record from his legendary 3-second KO of Marvis Frazier. To make it even worse for Jake, he ended up with a broken rib. This wasn't just for show. Tyson delivered the brutal KO to teach Jake a lesson after the YouTuber announced he was canceling their fight. Instead of suing Jake for pulling out without approval, Tyson decided to settle things in the ring. Why waste money on a legal battle or a full fight for a quick knockout? The whole saga started in May 2024, when Jake's antics escalated. But Tyson's response proved that the kid was all talk and no game. A one-punch-and-done situation Tyson couldn't resist making a statement about. Here's the scoop. Mike Tyson's big comeback took a hit when he faced a serious health scare, a severe ulcer flare-up. Known for his iron fists, Tyson had to pause his intense training due to the chronic condition. This painful stomach sore, far from a simple tummy ache, caused significant discomfort and forced him to step back just as he was preparing for his much-anticipated fight with Jake Paul. The timing couldn't have been worse, as Tyson had been battling this condition, ALS-related complications, for some time. The setback was a blow to the legendary boxer, whose intimidating presence seemed invincible. Despite the health challenges, Tyson's resilience shines through, proving that even in tough times, the champ knows how to keep fighting, both in and out of the ring. No sympathy needed for Jake here.
All right.
Yeah, it's funny that you've been saying that too, because you're the green one. You're very new to this game, and I'm going to show you how much you don't know. I'm going to teach you a lesson on July 20th. It's a fact, bro.
Mike Tyson's training hit a major setback when a severe ulcer flare-up forced him to pause his intense regimen. For a beast like Tyson, who trains to stay both physically and mentally sharp, this was a huge blow. His doctors insisted on rest and recovery before he could even consider returning to the ring. Tyson had to scale back his high-octane workouts, sparring, and strength training, which crushed the momentum he'd built over months of hardcore preparation. The mental toll was just as heavy, leaving fans questioning his comeback plans. At 57, the anticipation to see Tyson face off against the cocky Jake Paul was sky-high, making this delay a huge letdown. When news of Mike Tyson's health scare broke on June 12, 2024, speculation about his recovery and return to the ring ran wild. But if you know Tyson, you know he's as tough as they come, determined to bounce back and keep his eye on the prize. Jake Paul, however, had no time for sympathy. Always about himself, Jake saw Tyson's fight postponement as an opportunity. Believing Tyson might not compete at his best, or at all, Jake wasted no time hogging the spotlight. Fully aware of the public's sky-high interest, he made a calculated move to stay relevant. Just 3 days after Tyson's ulcer news, on June 15th, Jake held his own press event, keeping all eyes on him. Instead of offering sympathy, Jake Paul turned Mike Tyson's health scare into a strategic play. At a June 15th press conference, Jake cast doubt on Tyson's comeback, suggesting the fight might never happen. He framed himself as the tougher, more adaptable fighter, fueling speculation. By June 18th, Jake doubled down on Logan Paul's podcast Impulsive, saying, "I respect Mike, but this is the fight game. If you can't fight, you step aside. I'm ready for whoever's next." His social media buzzed with training videos and captions like, "Staying ready," and "Eyes on the prize," making it clear Tyson's setback was Jake's opportunity to keep himself in the spotlight and maintain his hype. Jake Paul kept grinding, and he made sure everyone knew it. On June 20th, he posted a sparring video captioned, "Never stop, never settle," racking up over 2 million views and thousands of supportive comments. Then on June 25th, Jake dropped a bombshell. He officially canceled the fight with Mike Tyson and announced Mike Perry as his new opponent. The boxing world was stunned.
But Mike, if you want to do this, like you said, behind closed doors, behind the scenes, you've said you want to do this in Q4. You just need a little bit of time. So I'm ready whenever you are. This is too big of an opportunity. I think this fight's going to change the world. And I turn all my L's into W's. That's a motto I live by. And the universe makes no mistakes.
Jake's announcement video was calculated brilliance. He stayed in the spotlight, resolved the fight's uncertainty, and spun a fresh narrative to keep fans hooked. Choosing Mike Perry, a fighter with an MMA background, was strategic. Perry brought his own fan base and added a wildcard factor, bolstering Jake's credibility without posing the same threat as Tyson. But Perry wasn't a pushover. His combat experience made him a legitimate challenge. Jake's overconfidence hit its peak on June 27th during a live interview where he bragged about his decision. Reactions were mixed. Some admired his boldness, while others saw it as arrogance that could backfire spectacularly. Jake Paul kept the buzz alive, even while preparing for Mike Perry. On July 1st, during an interview with MMA Hour, he couldn't resist taking shots at Mike Tyson, throwing shade at the legend and positioning himself as the new king of the ring. His marketing team worked overtime to keep him in the spotlight, orchestrating promotional events and appearances on everything from late-night shows to sports programs. Jake was everywhere, cast as the relentless young fighter ready for any challenge, unlike the sideline Tyson. But Jake's trademark overconfidence might be his downfall. While Perry isn't Tyson, his nickname Platinum reflects his power and toughness. Perry is no joke. He's a seasoned MMA fighter with a reputation for an aggressive, unyielding style. He's made a name for himself by smashing through formidable opponents like Paul Felder and Alex Oliveira. Jake might see Perry as a stepping stone, but Perry is a beast with serious credentials. Jake's dismissive attitude could lead to a rude awakening when he steps into the ring with this proven brawler. Mike Perry's fighting style is a whirlwind of relentless pressure and powerful strikes, a bulldozer with boxing gloves. He's the kind of fighter who can take a hit and keep charging forward, earning both respect and fear in the octagon. With a strong boxing background, Perry is a double threat, excelling in stand-up exchanges and close-quarters combat. Fans love him not just for his aggressive style, but for his wild and sometimes controversial antics outside the ring. He's a character, no doubt, but one you don't want to underestimate. Jake Paul's decision to face Perry after canceling the Tyson fight on June 25, 2024, was a bold move that sent ripples through both boxing and MMA communities. Many saw it as Jake's attempt to prove he wasn't dodging tough opponents, even if it meant stepping out of his comfort zone. Perry's reputation for relentless fighting promised a thrilling clash. Fans and pundits eagerly anticipated seeing whether Jake could stand up to Perry's aggression and power, or if he was in over his head.
What's there to be scared of? You're just a Mike appetizer. You're like, before the main course comes out, you're just
you got everything to lose.
You're like
I'm looking
little
to ruin your plans.
A little Mike mozzarella stick, just get you right before the main course. Mike Tyson, November 15th. But July 20th, I'm gonna show you who your dad is. That's for sure.
Mike Perry's toughness and MMA fan base made him the perfect pick for Jake Paul, who thrives on drawing huge audiences. More eyeballs mean more hype, and Jake knows how to stay in the limelight. When Perry got the call from Jake's camp on June 23, 2024, he was surprised but fully on board. In a June 28th ESPN interview, Perry admitted he was pumped, recognizing this fight as a chance to skyrocket his profile in the boxing world. Wasting no time, Perry began tweaking his training from MMA to boxing. On June 29th, he shared an Instagram video of boxing drills and sparring sessions captioned, "New challenge, new focus. Ready to show what Platinum can do." The post went viral, racking up over 1.5 million views and fueling excitement among fans. Switching gears meant Perry had to sharpen his boxing-specific skills, so he brought in renowned boxing coach Xavier Biggs to refine his technique. Biggs, known for training elite fighters, praised Perry's dedication, calling him a natural talent ready to make waves. Mike Perry's transition to boxing looked seamless thanks to his natural talent, heart, and work ethic. Qualities praised by renowned coach Xavier Biggs. This only fueled excitement for the fight. Throughout July, Perry's social media buzzed with training updates, including a clip of a powerful sparring session captioned, "Sharpening the tools. Jake Paul, you better be ready." Fans and analysts were impressed by Perry's speed and power, proving he was serious about making a statement in the boxing world. Meanwhile, Mike Tyson wasn't about to let Jake Paul off the hook. Weeks after Jake canceled their fight, Tyson made an unannounced visit to Jake's Miami training camp. His arrival at the upscale facility immediately shifted the vibe. Known for its high energy and the sound of gloves smacking bags, the gym fell silent as Tyson walked in, exuding the same intimidating presence that made him a legend. He wasn't there to spar. He was there to settle the score face to face. The gym, usually filled with the sounds of pads hitting and coaches shouting, went dead silent as Mike Tyson walked in with his longtime coach, Rafael Cordo. Both exuded pure confidence, and word spread like wildfire. Everyone was on edge, eager to see what was about to unfold. Tyson wasted no time, walking straight up to Jake Paul, who was mid-session with his coach, BJ Flores. Cameras rolled, and social media was buzzing as Tyson issued a direct challenge. "You called off the fight, but I'm here now," Tyson said, his voice steady and unwavering. "Let's settle this in the ring, right here, right now." The tension was palpable. Jake, clearly caught off guard, hesitated. He glanced at his team and the growing crowd, his bravado momentarily faltering under Tyson's imposing presence. But Jake, always game for a challenge, eventually nodded and said, "Let's do it," attempting to match Tyson's intensity. The stage was set for a showdown. The gym buzzed with energy as a makeshift sparring match was quickly set up. The ring, typically used for training, transformed into the stage for this unexpected showdown. Tyson's challenge wasn't just about sparring, it was a statement. He wanted to show Jake, and everyone watching, that despite his recent health scare, he was still a force to be reckoned with. The crowd gathered, phones raised, capturing every second of the spectacle. At 57, Tyson moved with a calm intensity that defied his age, while Jake, at 27, looked determined but clearly aware of the gravity of the situation. When the bell rang, both fighters circled each other, sizing up. Tyson's movements were fluid and powerful, showcasing his legendary experience. Jake, usually cocky, was more cautious than usual, knowing one wrong move could lead to disaster. The early moments were marked by Jake's tentative jabs, testing Tyson's defenses, but Tyson's sharpness was undeniable. Tyson wasn't fazed by Jake's cautious approach. In a flash, he closed the gap, his speed and precision leaving everyone in awe. He unleashed a rapid flurry of punches. Jake blocked the first few, but Tyson's relentless pressure proved overwhelming. With a perfectly timed right hook, Tyson broke through Jake's defenses, landing a brutal punch to his ribcage. The impact was immediate. Jake crumpled to the canvas, gasping for air. The gym fell silent, everyone stunned by what had just happened. The punch had broken several of Jake's ribs, and the sparring session, which had barely lasted 2 seconds, was over as quickly as it began. Tyson stood back, his expression a mix of concern and focus, while Jake was carefully moved out of the ring, writhing in pain. The incident quickly exploded on social media and news outlets, with videos and reports going viral. Was it Tyson's destiny to teach Jake a lesson? Share your thoughts in the comments below.